Hello universe, welcome virtual friends. Today we are going to need a bolster, 2 blocks, and 1 blanket. And we are starting in child's pose. If you feel like maybe you need a little extra support on the knees, you can slide a bolster between the knees, have a little more support, and come all the way down. We'll be here for a little while. Walk those hands out, getting nice shoulders stretched, letting the head be heavy, chest be heavy. Settling in here. Connecting into the breath, the systems of the body. Noticing how the mind is feeling here in this moment. Bringing it back to center between thoughts, between moments. Tuning into the heart rate. Feel steady or light. Bless you. Becoming aware of the temperature of the body. Where it might be warmer or cooler. Just observing. Bringing awareness into the breath, as in the ribs expanding into the thighs, into the hips. Feeling that side body stretch and that slow release as the heart sinks lower towards the earth with each exhale. Becoming aware of the pressure of the shins and the feet on the earth, the thighs onto the calves, the hands and forearms on the ground. Bringing in those sensations. Taking a big deep breath in through the nose, hold at the top, and exhale, slow release. Beginning to set an intention for your practice today. Something that you would like to work on, embody, and carry with you at the end. Bringing this intention in through the breath, the inhale. Letting it radiate throughout the entire body. And exhale, slowly releasing all that doesn't serve you. Deep breath in through the nose. And slow exhale. On the flip side, begin to set an intention of what you would like to let go of, what you'd like to leave behind at the end of this practice. Allowing it to pour out back into the earth with each exhale. Bringing in what you're practicing through the inhale and release through the exhale. Breathing it in and letting go. Following this cyclical breath on your own for a couple more moments. And returning here throughout any part of your practice, should you need some more grounding and more presence. Sinking lower into this child's pose for a couple more breaths. I'll take 3 more here. On your next exhale, we're going to walk those hands ever so slightly to that left side of the mat, taking that right hand on top of that left hand, little side body stretch. Beautiful, very nice. Slowly walking the hands over to the opposite side, placing that left hand on top of the right hand, and breathe into that stretch. We'll slowly walk back to center, bringing the hands in a little bit, gradually coming all the way up to tabletop pose. If we have any bolsters, we'll move them to the side. We'll return to the shape a few times, so feel free to place a blanket under the knees. I had allergies all morning this morning, don't worry.
It's like, gonna sneeze 3 times since I'm here. He said, can I just leave here?
Yeah, that's fine. No worries. Gotta do what we gotta do. Once we're in this tabletop shape, we're going to slowly rock back and forth, tucking those toes underneath, opening up the wrists and the soles of the feet. Nice slow movements. Whenever you're ready, throwing in some body autonomy, maybe some hip circles or shoulder rolls, cat-cow, whatever feels good, loosening up as you desire. Taking another couple seconds to balance things out as needed. I'm going to push into the soles of the feet, coming to a high plank, holding just for a moment, And slowly come all the way back up into downward facing dog. Bending one knee at a time, sinking that heart closer to the knees, tailbone to the sky. With tiny little baby steps, we're going to walk up towards that forward fold. Bending the knees as much as you need. And landing with the feet a little wider than hip width apart, taking your time to get here. We're going to bring the hands to the elbows, little ragdoll. A little sway from one side to the other side. Release the hands to the ground and slowly slide up to a nice flat back. The hands either on the shins or on the thighs. Tailbone opposite of the crown of the head. And exhale, tucking the tailbone, rising all the way up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Taking some time to acclimate to this new altitude. We'll lift the hands up overhead, big reach, clasping at the top and little sway off to one side, palm. Definitely need to bring the bigger tripod next time. My head is totally cut out of frame. Oh well, I get the idea.
Would it help to push it back a little bit, maybe?
It's fine. And inhale off to the other side. I think I did the same thing last week too. One of these days I'll get it under control. And inhale back to center. We're going to drop the elbows down for cactus, looking up to the sky. Big reach. And exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Letting the head be heavy, the shoulders be heavy. Slowly going to sink down, placing the hands towards the head of the mat, and we'll step that left leg back into a low lunge. Slowly bring the arms all the way up to low crescent, breathing through that stretch. Great form, very nice.
I just see my legs shake. That's the soreness.
It's a good sore to have though.
Yeah, it's a good sore.
And if we need a little bit more like stability, we can step that front leg out to the side, get a wider like railroad track situation.
It does help.
Sweet. Maybe a little less sore too.
That's a good stretch.
And exhale, dropping that left arm out to the back. Little warrior pose. Yeah, perfect. Very nice. We're going to do something a little challenging here. We're going to tuck those back toes underneath. And in one motion, straighten the back leg all the way up into triangle pose, creating an L with the stance. Beautiful. Pivot those right toes towards the long edge of your mat.
Like this.
I
see.
Yeah. Beautiful. Very nice. Yeah, kind of creating an L with the stance. And then that left arm up to the sky. Beautiful. Very nice. Deep breaths. Nice controlled form. And exhale, releasing that upper arm, facing that was your left foot, I apologize, I was mixing up my directions. Facing those right toes towards the long edge of the mat as well. Both feet facing the long edge of the mat. Perfect. My instructions have been a little bit mixed up.
It's not you. I don't know about those right.
I'm very dyslexic, so that makes two of us,
maybe
more of us. I'm going to take those hands to the elbows once again. Deep forward fold, ragdoll, gentle sway from one side to the other side. Nodding the head, yes and no. Letting the spine release. Releasing the palms of the hands towards the earth. Nice flat back here. Tailbone opposite of crown. And releasing the spine. We're going to slowly walk the hands to the right foot. Breathe here for a moment. We're going to shift into a very dynamic pose. So there'll be some more activity here in a second. Slowly walking over to that left foot. Deep breaths into that stretch. Acknowledging any differences there might be from one side to the other side and allowing that to be okay. I'm going to walk back to the other side a little bit faster. Pause here for a moment and walk over to the other side. Gradually bringing in a full upper body sway, pivoting from one side to the other side. Letting that upper body be heavy. The hips be as fluid as feels comfortable. We'll slowly bring in a subtle bend into the knee that you are hovering over. Just a little bend. Very nice. Beautiful. Picking up the pace just a little bit more. Deepening that bend as it feels supported. And you're going to land in a moment with both hands around that right foot. Bending that right knee down into our Vishnu squat. So facing both knees towards that long edge.
I don't know why. I need to.
No, that's
a visual person, so I'm like, oh, it's you.
Okay, I'm gonna do it right next to you, okay?
Oh, I appreciate that.
Of course. So with the hands walking over that right foot, you're gonna bend that right knee towards that long edge of your mat. There you go, very nice. And then those left toes are gonna paint. That too, that'd be fun. Point towards the sky.
A stretch I feel like I've never done before.
It's a big one, it's a really big one. If you were looking for a little more advancement, you can touch and go with the hands, maybe come into Anjali Mudra. Breathing wherever you are. Nice deep breaths here. I'm going to drop that right knee onto the ground.
Okay. So I can do it now.
Okay. Perfect. You're going to take that right hand to the outside of that right knee. Left arm up and over, big stretch. Very nice. Deep breaths. And exhale, dropping down forward and slowly walking those hands towards that extended leg. Perfect. I love your slow movements as you're getting to, like, comfortable with this pose, like getting to the pose. It's really important. Nice deep breaths. And slowly walking the hands back to center. We're going to bring that knee back up. into that Vishnu squat, taking your time. Very nice. And we're gonna rise back up to that rag doll, taking the hands to the elbows and sway, realigning the hips here. Nice deep breaths. Letting the head be heavy, the ribs expand deeply with each inhale, and the spine lengthen with each exhale. Beautiful. Love the sway, yes. And exhale, releasing the palms of the hands back down to the earth. Nice flat back. Crown opposite of tailbone. And we're going to do the other side. So we're going to slowly walk the hands over to that left foot. Deep breath and hold. And exhale, walking over to the right foot. Deep breath. We're going to pick up the pace a little bit more, slowly walking from one foot, pause, to the other, pause, and sway as you desire. I'm going to bend the knee that you hover over now, bringing a little bit more intensity. Very nice.
Are you gonna go work out today?
Yeah, definitely. A little more intense, I promise. It's not going to be like this the whole class.
It's nice. No, it's actually nice.
And we're going to slowly make our way through that left foot, framing that left foot, coming all the way down to that Vishnu squat. Extending that right leg out, toes up to the sky. Very nice, beautiful. Feels a little bit different knowing where we're going now, huh?
Yeah.
Nice deep breaths. If you did so on the other side, maybe bring the hands up to Anjali Mudra, just staying where you are comfortable. Breathing into that stretch. Just slowly drop that left knee down to the ground. And walk those hands over to the outside of that left knee, right arm up overhead, full extension from the toes to the hand. Yep, you're spot on, perfect. Absolutely. Try pointing your right toes towards the sky a little bit if you can. Yeah, there you go. That's got a little bit more alignment with the knee. Very nice. And exhale forward and walking slowly over to that extended leg. Taking the shape that feels most sustainable here. Very nice. We'll come back to center, either hand around that left knee, coming all the way back up to that Vishnu squat, taking your time. Slowly coming all the way back up into that forward fold. Head is heavy, spine is lengthening. We'll place the hands down onto the earth, nice flat back once again. We're going to tuck the tailbone and slowly curl all the way up, leaving the feet nice and wide into wide-legged Tadasana. We're going to bring the arms out to the sides, big star pose, lifting the chest, looking up to the sky. Taking up space, feeling the sensations out through each of the four corners of the body, each of the hands and each of the feet. With the arms out long like this, we're going to slowly shift the weight over to the right side, just feeling that deep stretch in the side body. And inhale back to center, and exhale out to the other side. And exhale, forward fold once again. I'm going to walk those hands over to those right toes, pivoting back into that L stance. And gradually making your way back down to that tabletop pose. Opening the knees out wide. And sinking low into that child's pose. Deep reset.
Oh, wow.
Yeah? Beautiful. Good shift. Taking your time here in this child's pose. You're putting in work. I like it. And my hair tie is like I'm barely holding on right now as well. Returning focus back to the systems of the body here in this child's pose. Taking any movements that feel good as needed. Noticing the heart rate, the body temperature. Definitely put in some work, so it might be a little warmer, the heart rate might be a little faster, and slowing down once again. Tuning into the breath. Beautiful variation, I love that. Very nice. Bringing in that cyclical breathing once again. Breathing in your intention of what you'd like to carry with you. And exhale, releasing what no longer serves. Slowly prepare to move once again. On your next inhale, making your way back up to that tabletop shape. Of course, taking your time. We'll take another moment of body autonomy here, rolling out the shoulders, rolling out the hips. balancing things out. Whenever you are ready, realigning. We're going to pop those knees back up into that high plank and slowly come all the way through to that downward facing dog. Bending one knee at a time. Deepening the stretch. Gradually bringing that left foot forward into that low lunge. Bring the arms up overhead. Perfect. Widening that stance as needed for some added support. Lifting those arms up overhead. Big reach into that low crescent. Beautiful form. Very nice. Deep breaths. We're going to open that right arm back into that low warrior, left arm forward. Perfect. Nice strong warrior here. And take that challenging transition here, tucking those back toes underneath. And then one motion going into that triangle, lifting those back toes, straightening that front leg. And you're perfect, very nice. Right arm up to the sky, big reach. And breathe. Going to exhale, dropping that right arm down towards the earth. Kind of place both hands on the inside of that left foot. We're going to step that left foot back into that high plank once again. We're going to slowly come all the way down to the belly. Yeah, wherever you want to place your hands, we're not going to be doing anything with them for a little bit. I'm going to inhale, bringing that right knee out to the side, little gate pose.
Yeah, I really forgot my left and right just now.
Perfect, very nice. And breathe here. Checking in with all of the little muscles. Letting the low belly go, the glutes go, the shoulders, the neck, the palms of the hands. We'll take 3 more breaths here as we slowly prepare to move again. Your next inhale, placing the elbows on the sides of the ribs and the hands vaguely underneath the shoulders. Little baby cobra looking up to the sky. With the knee out to the side. Perfect. We're going to shift our weight into that left hand, placing that right hand center. Right hand center in front. Yeah, like this. Yes, exactly. And we're gonna weave our left hand underneath of that right hand towards that open knee. And roll on to that left shoulder, right arm back, supine twist. Was that a good pop?
Yeah, that actually.
Sweet.
I can't even. My arm can't touch the ground, but this is a really nice breast stretch, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I always find in this pose I have to decide if I want my knee to touch the ground or if I want my shoulder to touch the ground. Some people can do both. I am not that limber.
That feels good too.
Very nice. One of my favorite things about yoga is that you can kind of choose your own adventure a little bit. It's like, that doesn't feel good. I'm going to try this. It's like, okay, perfect. As you should. Couple more breaths here. And exhale, slowly bring that right arm back down to that right side. Returning to that little cobra pose, unraveling nice and slow. Looking up to the sky once again. And exhale, realigning the legs and dropping the chest back down to the earth. Finding any comfortable position with the arms. We're going to bend at the knees, both knees, feet up to the sky, and little windshield wipers, dropping the feet from one side to the other side. Realigning the hips here. We'll do 2 or 3 more on each side. Whenever you're ready, releasing the feet back down to the earth. Nice, flat, long stretch here. Slowly going to send that left knee out to the side. Once again, checking in with those little muscles. If there's any one of them holding on that don't need to. The hip flexors, the calves, the neck, the jaw. Letting it all go. Considering here in this pose the ways that you show up for yourself to find grounding. Outside of yoga, in meditation, activities that bring a sense of bliss. We'll slowly inch the hands up into that cobra shape. looking up to the sky, holding the mat slightly towards you with the elbows and forearms to lengthen the spine even more. Lean our weight into that right elbow, placing that left hand extended in the center. Beautiful. And weave that right arm underneath and bringing that left arm all the way up and over into that supine twist. Whoa.
Oh wow, was that a crack?
It was.
Nice.
Good low back release there. Nice deep breaths here. Take 3 more deep breaths, sinking lower into this pose before we move once again. Next exhale, we're going to do something a little bit different on this side. We're going to bring our left knee into the chest and then roll onto the back, completely recentering yourself on your mat as you need to. With the knees up and the feet flat on the floor, I'm going to go for some windshield wipers on this side. Dropping the knees from one side to the other. Moving nice and slow. We'll do 1 or 2 more on each side. Coming back to center, bringing both knees up to the chest whenever you are ready. Big hug here. Part the knees open and placing the hands on the outsides of the feet for happy baby. So we want the elbows on the insides of the knees and the hands on the outside of the feet. Perfect. Yeah, very nice.
Very came in handy.
Oh, perfect. It's like a movie mirror or something.
Yeah.
You're going to inhale, opening the feet up. And slow rock from one side to the other side as it feels good. Playing with the different shapes, maybe extending one foot and bending the other. Taking all the time that you desire here in this shape. Whenever you feel satisfied with this pose, we'll close down, bring the knees back into the chest, big hug, and make your way towards your Shavasana, taking your time, there is no rush. Grabbing any props or supplies that you would like to get comfortable here in the Shavasana. settling into the stillness. Would you like another blanket? Okay. There are plenty. As we settle into the Shavasana, bringing back in that cyclical breath, breathing in all that you have practiced and all that you are letting go of, releasing that through the exhale. Allowing your body to sink lower and lower into the shape. Considering the grounding thoughts. What activities you do that bring this sensation in your day-to-day, if any. And slowly exhale. Gradually bringing some motion back into the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles, the elbows and the knees, eventually making your way towards fetal position, taking your time.
Do you see my electrode? I don't know if it's like a nerve or what, but like I'm not doing that. It's just it's actually so interesting.
Sometimes they say that it's the prana energy running through the body that causes a shake. It's like the fire moving throughout the body. It's like, hello, we're doing something.
Yeah, I've never had a shake like that. That's really interesting.
I'm going to address our virtual guests really quickly. I want to thank you all so much for attending today and spending some of your time with me. I would love if you would check out the caption below and join the Body Wellness Treasury to also get your nutrition class for the week. There's a lot of wonderful good things in there. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you next week.